This is Victory TV, the station of the Morning Star, the station that brings you joy, strength, love, fellowship, and freedom. The program comes right after this.
Victory TV.
Hello, friends. It's so good to be able to come to you all around the world. This is a unique opportunity which we have got into our hands these days. This I will call a miracle, because people has invented these things to make this possible for us to come out like this on TV all around the world at the same time, direct TV to you as I'm with you right now. So, but you see, but those who has invented these things, they have got thoughts on how to do it, how to make it. And where have they got all these thoughts? They've got those thoughts from God the Almighty, even if they're Christians or not. The thoughts have been coming to them from God. So that's why they've got this unique possibility. And this, then we can call this a miracle, what has happened. Right now, I'm talking to you in Uganda, Kampala, Uganda. And I'm talking to you, I'm going to read the names for you here. It's Uganda, Kampala, Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, Tanzania, Zanzibar, Ethiopia, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Italy, and Norway. You see, all these nations are watching me at the same time on a live telecast. So when let's say that, when I teach you in all different nations at the same time. And people in all different nations can receive at the same time. When I pray for the sick, people in all different nations can and will be healed at the same time. Can you see these possibilities? People who have trouble with demons, they can be set free all around the world at the same time in all these nations I mentioned for you. And more people who is connecting up with me, more and more people can receive from Christ at the same time. More and more people can receive teaching from me at the same time. I have something special to say to you this morning. This is from victorytv.tv, and the program is called Harmony. I will come back to that a little bit later. Listen to this. I have been traveling all around the world proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ since I was 22 years of age. I started up in Africa and continued in India, and so into Pakistan. And so I started to go all around Asia, Far East, all around Africa, USA, Europe. But before I started to preach around the globe, I started up with Bible smugglings to Soviet Union. It was a Soviet Union at that time. So that was dangerous to do, but we did it. We were bringing in a lot of Bibles to those nations at that time. So you see, I've seen so many things during so many years. But I want to tell you here today is that in my early years, and even a little bit later, when I had my gospel crusades around the planet, and I had teaching seminars around the planet at the same time, that was what I was doing. But today I would have done it a little bit differently. And that's what I want to tell you about. And that is what I could have done for many years ago already. I could have started up what we today have called for many years for fellowships. I could have started up fellowships all around the world. But I did not do that because that was not in my thinking at that time. Because it could have been different today if I'd done that, started up with that. But another thing I also been thinking on, and that is all the missionaries that has been sent out from different nations, from different churches, different denominations, been sent out to the mission field. What I see very clear here. So listen to this. If Baptists are sending out missionaries, if Pentecostals are sending out missionaries, if the Lutheran churches are sending out missionaries, if whatever name, all kinds of churches are sending out missionaries. What are they really sending out? And what are they really preaching? I tell you, they are preaching what their denomination believe. And they also preach and proclaim what the rules in the different denominations are. So you see, this is in a way not missionary work, as the Bible tells us. The Bible tells us to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ, who gave his life on Calvary. No one could kill Jesus. He gave his life on Calvary. And not only that, my friend, 3 days later, he stood up from the grave and he'll live forever and forever again. So that is the gospel. That is the gospel package which is in there. So that is what we are going to proclaim. Jesus as the one who gave his life for the human race and he raised from the dead so you could live with him. So this is the gospel. But then all these missionaries from all around are coming out and they are putting on people, on the black people in Africa, on the Negroes in Africa. They're putting on them, well, a slight gospel, not a full gospel, because they don't believe in healing. They don't believe in casting out devils. They don't believe in victory in the name of Jesus. They're only proclaiming their own church system. They're all on denomination of what they believe, what they're standing for. So you see, this has been so dangerous through so many years that people from the Western world has brought out into the pagan world not a clear Christ resurrected from the dead, but they have come and given people their denominations. And that you can see today around the world. When I've been around, I see that everywhere. I see the Africans, the black Africans, the Negroes, people in India, Indian people from everywhere. I can see it. They have got the same dead denominations out there on the mission field, as we called it. The same dead denominations as we have back in the Western world. I tell you, you can never give anything more to anyone, anywhere, than you have got yourself. And if you are not got the living Christ pumping and living powerfully in you, if you don't have that, you have nothing. You better get home again from that mission field. You have nothing to do that. You have to get out of the church you are in, because you have nothing to do there either. We must proclaim the resurrected Christ, and we must believe it to the death. Believe it to the death. That's what we have to do. So you see, this I've seen all the time around on the planet. And then I've seen all these Africans, Indians, you name all different kinds of people all around the world. You can see they are building churches, just like these denominations in the Western world. I think that is a tragic. It's to cry out to see that, instead of bringing out to the pagan world the resurrected Christ with love, humbleness, and strength and power. So as I can see it, and as the historical material also tells me, is that when they started powerfully to build denominations in the beginning, some 100 years after Christ, then the revival stopped, because then they came into their systems, church systems with their rules and everything there. Then the revival stopped. And there has never been any world revival, never been. And the Bible tells us there will never be any world revival either. But for those receiving the call from Christ,
Non-stop victory.
from the resurrected Christ, and take that seriously, they can come into a life and be born again, be new creations in Christ Jesus. And if they really want Christ to be their Lord and Master, then they are a chosen one. Not only one who is called, but also a chosen one. Friends, we are so far off the track as we can be, but we have the possibility to do the right thing right now. So that's why I'm calling this first program and try to give you a little bit more about what I mean with this harmony. Because now I told you about missionary stuff from all denominations and how they are in different parts of the world, which is not correct. But I tell you what is the right thing. So let's just take a little bit, look at a little bit on this and see what we can find out of it. There are two kinds of fellowships in this world, we might call it. We have a fellowship, a carnal fellowship, a fellowship of the flesh, or a fellowship of the senses. And that is the worldly people, the ungodly people. They have their own types of fellowships in the world, as they call everything for fellowships. Fellowships for that and fellowships for that. So you see, this is what we can see everywhere. They have all kinds of fellowships. So that word fellowship is almost destroyed. Even if that word fellowship is a good word to use, because that is also one of the words in the translation also when we talk about ecclesia in the Bible. Ecclesia don't mean church. It don't mean church. They don't mean church, because church is not a biblical word. That is just a word the Christians, the religious Christians, whatever you call them, has put on their fellowships, you might say. So they call them church. So you see what the real name here is. They use ecclesia. They say that means church. That's not right. So what does ecclesia means? Ecclesia means several things from Hebrew. It means those who is gathered and coming together on the marketplaces. That's one of the things that word means. So you see, that is wonderful. So those, and who is coming together on the marketplaces? That's those who have received the calling from God. And God has led them together on the marketplaces. So that's the place they were coming together, on the marketplaces and in the houses. So if you read in the Acts 2020, I had the 2020 vision, that is, they came together in the marketplaces and in the houses. That is the true ecclesia. That is those who are called and become chosen, as I told you. And they're coming together on the marketplaces and in the houses, not in huge, expensive buildings, one thing better than the other thing, built in a fleshly way. No, that's not the way to do it. That's not the biblical way to do it. So the biblical way is that we are receiving Christ, we are called, we are receiving Christ seriously, and we become chosen. And as a chosen, we are coming together with the others who are chosen, and we are coming together in the houses and on the marketplaces. It's simple as this. And this is what is needed to be done in Europe, USA, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Asia, everywhere. So you see these fellowships in Africa, just to take that, the fellowships in Africa. Don't try to become something big in yourself. Don't start building big churches because you want to have a big church. No, that's not from the Lord. This is just carnal thinking and carnal doing. Don't do that. Don't ask for money everywhere. Use what you have. Go for your dream and use what you have. Build your fellowship. I tell you, the best fellowships in the world is the harmony fellowships. Harmony is the best word, from ecclesia. You have fellowship, you have ecclesia. I can read it for you. There are several names on several names on ecclesia. It's up to 30 different names to be able to use there. So listen here. I'm going to just take some few of those names. Let's see if I take them. Yes, here we have them. Symphonia. Symphony is one of the words. Accord is another word, also from Hebrew. Concord, unison, unity, and harmony. So you see there are different names, and there's another one also. It's a beautiful one, also from Greek. It's from Greek. It's the name of harmony, and that is ability, possibility. You see, when you're coming to Christ, you become a person with abilities, with possibilities inside yourself. You become something very special. And when you're coming into so-called churches, your abilities, your possibilities very often is taken away from you because you have to obey the pastors, you have to obey those leaders instead of obeying Christ. Christ is the one who's giving you the abilities, the possibilities to become exactly what He wants you to be. Not to just live there, walk in a church, maybe with a pastor who has not faith for almost anything. Then you are not able to do anything more than the pastor is doing because he don't want anyone to come and grow bigger than him. And when he is living on a lower level, you will also be living on a low level. So break free, come out, start to follow Christ, come into harmony with Christ and your fellow members as in the body of Christ, and start to do what Christ tells you to do. So your abilities, your possibilities can come out of you, so you can start to be what the Lord has called you to be. Isn't this wonderful, my friend? To listen to this? You see, when you have 10,000 in a so-called church, are you able to take each one of them, to speak with them, help them, let them follow you and do exactly what you do? Can you make disciples like that when you have 10,000? No. But if you have a fellowship, a harmony in your house, maybe with 10 to 15 people, and who is the leader in that harmony in your house? In your house, you are the shepherd. You are the shepherd there. No one else. You're the one who is the boss. You are the shepherd. Remember that. In your house, you are the shepherd, not pastor. Forget that name. We don't need to use names like that and bishop and all that stuff. Get rid of it. In your house, you are the shepherd. And what do the shepherd do? He helps to give those who is in his house the right food to eat. So you see, and then the shepherd also are a follower. He's a disciple. So he's learning like you learn from me now. So you can be a disciple of me, and I can give you the right stuff. And so you can give the right stuff to your harmony. So friends all around the world, which I'm talking to you right now, let's start today with harmonies around the world. Let's start to build that. I will help you. I will lead you in this stuff so we can get up these real good harmonies, and where Christ can start to live through each one. So each one can get out their possibilities, their abilities, their talents. Everyone have that. God has it for everyone. So friends, so if you have others who want to come here and watch these programs, send me all those email addresses you can. Send it to me so we can put them in our list, so we can tell them up front when programs are coming on this telecast. So do that. Send in as much as you can to us so we have it. Send it from all around the world, because now we are building, friends, we are building harmony fellowships, and many harmonies all around the world. and together all these harmonies together, so we have a world harmony. Think about that, a world-sized harmony, believing in the resurrected Christ. God bless you, my dear friends. Until we meet again, exactly the date, I don't know right now, but you will have an email on that. So remember, send my email addresses so we can tell you upfront when the programs is coming. So this is from me today to you. So God bless you until we meet again. This is Brother Tom.
God's blessing and peace to you. Good night and good morning, wherever you may be, from all of us on Victory TV. Believe this morning is brand new. A lost dream can live again. Believe this morning is brand new. A lost dream can live again. Don't look around. Start to look beyond. Jesus wants to be with you all the time. Believe this morning is a brand new start. Your dreams can live again. Don't look around. Start to look beyond.
Jesus wants to be with you all the time.
Believe in victory. Freedom will come. Let Jesus hold your hand all the way.